Good morning, traders. How are you on this beautiful morning? The sun is shining. Guys, today, what is today? Today is Tuesday, the 1st of November. I hope you haven't got your Christmas decorations up yet. And as always, guys, we'll look back at yesterday's trades. Yesterday was a tricky day, guys, but we'll look back at yesterday and see what we can learn from yesterday. We'll take a look at today's potential trades, guys, and we'll also look at the important news as well. We're also going to have a bit of an in-depth look at the dollar as well, guys, because it's at some interesting levels. So yeah, we're going to do all of that today, guys. But before we do, I want to introduce you to our brokerage partner, okay? And our brokerage partner is Equiti, okay? So guys, if you're thinking about opening up an account and you want excellent execution speed, tight spreads, low commissions, and a great support network, and you can even open a premium account with not as much equity as you would think. So if you're interested in that, guys, then please email us. All the information is in the video description, guys. Okay, so yeah, happy to announce that. Not announce it, but remind you of it. Also, guys, we've got a Discord channel. I tell you this every day, but check it out. The link is in the comments below the vid and the video description. We've also got our live stream tomorrow, guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Please get all your questions ready for tomorrow's live stream, and I will answer every single one of them. I hope we have time. So yeah, that's tomorrow, guys, 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Come join us for that. And also, guys, don't forget our mentorship program. Yeah, if you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then please drop us an email and we'll give you all the details. Again, all of this information is in the video description, guys. Okay, let's crack on. So let's now look at yesterday's trades, guys. All right, and like I said, it was a tricky day. So the first one was pound US dollar. Okay, and the idea, because price, it was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, didn't create lower lows. Instead, in hindsight, created a higher low. Yeah, it came back up to here, another higher low, and eventually these highs here were broken. Okay, so structurally, we were then in an uptrend on pound US dollar. Okay, and I still thought we had a little bit of room up to this blue line here, okay, which corresponded with this area of resistance here. Yeah, and if I zoom in, guys, we also had this candle. Yeah, it also gave me a bit of confidence that the buyers were in control. But as you can see, guys, yeah, sellers came into the market. All right, guys, so let's see on the H1 if we had a trade. Yeah, and on this pair, unfortunately, we did, because it was a losing trade. Like I say, guys, I'll be very transparent what I did and didn't trade. So I traded this pair, guys. All right, so it didn't come down to our grey zone. But what I was happy about is that we were with H1 structure. So H1 structure was in a downtrend. Okay, but then when it broke these highs here, we were then in an uptrend. We had a gap down, and in hindsight, should I have traded it? But yeah, anyway, I did. Yeah, and then price come back down. But for me, we're still in a H1 structure. Okay, and then when I saw this candle, guys, I entered on this pair. And the idea was to come up, back up to these last highs here, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. All right, guys. So as you can see, that didn't happen. I put my stop below, the entry candle, and this is where I entered here, stop here, and just got stopped out. My target was up here. All right, guys. But as you can see, got stopped out, and then after this, we start seeing these bearish candles, that break these lows on the H1, breaks this. Yeah, I'm just not interested in this pair when it comes back down to our grey zone. Yeah, we had a bullish candle here and a bit of a reaction here, but not interested. H1 structure has broken. Yeah, and you can see sellers are in control. Yeah, just on the H1 chart, you can see they're in control, guys, and they are just bringing price down. Okay, so after my losing trade here, guys, I wasn't interested in this pair anymore. Okay, and as you can see, it's actually broken below this grey zone. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it does today, because I'll speak to you later about this. But yeah, I want to look at all of the US dollar pairs. They're all at interesting levels. But pound US dollar as a trade yesterday, losing trade, guys. Don't worry, we will have them. Follow your money management. It's all part of trading. Don't sweat it. The next trade idea from yesterday was this. It was Bitcoin against US dollar. So this was still, you know, based on dollar weakness, like pound US dollar long. And we were just trying to long this pair because, yeah, once this grey zone eventually got broken, yeah, with this candle here, for me, we had higher highs. Yeah, so we was in an upward structure. We also had higher highs from here. Okay, and then we had this bullish candle that told me that buyers were still in control of this market, and they still potentially are. So we were just trying to come higher, yeah, even potentially up to this blue line here, guys. All right, so that's the day chart. That's always our why. Why are we long in it? And those were the reasons. Then let's drop down to our H1 chart and see if we could get in on this pair, guys. So the thing for me, guys, here was obviously I just had a bad pound US dollar trade, and that should have sort of given me a bit of a red flag as to what's happening. But I was still looking for longs on this pair. Yeah, but the problem is there's a couple of things, guys. So if this was your first entry candle, let's zoom in. Yeah, so price come down to our grey zone. Yeah, and this arguably, yeah, could have been a candle to enter on. It's an inside candle if we'd got a break higher of this candle, but we didn't. As you can see, the next candle was bearish. And then eventually, guys, we get this candle. Okay, but then my risk to reward is just shot to pieces, to put it in a, to use a better phrase, to be honest. But yeah, it's it just doesn't make sense, guys. Yeah, I'd have to enter here. We don't get a retrace for us to enter in. We'd have to put our stop below here. Okay, and if I zoom out, guys, I mean, this was, you know, potentially an area of resistance. Okay, yeah, and if we'd entered on this candle, we just don't have enough room to move into. Yeah, before we start hitting, you know, serious resistance. This is a daily high and H4 highs. So yeah, for me, I just didn't have a trade, guys, for that reason. The risk to reward, yeah, I'd have to put my stop here. Here's my entry. So this is my reward here. Yeah, and then this is my risk. Okay, so for me, guys, just didn't make sense. So stayed out of this pair. Okay, Bitcoin US dollar. Maybe some of you guys trade to Tokyo. Maybe you did get in on this candle. If you did, you would have had a great trade. But for me, it was all about this candle, and it just didn't make sense. Right, next trade idea from yesterday. Sorry, guys, it's just worth noting here. Yeah, when I start seeing this break of this structure here and this red candle comes down, I'm no longer interested in any of these bullish candles. Structure's broken down. We've had a lot of selling pressure. Not interested. Okay, next trade idea from yesterday was this. It was the euro against the Aussie dollar. Okay, guys, and we were trying to buy this pair. So yeah, we were trying to buy it because this grey zone here was once good resistance, and then when it breaks and retests, this area here becomes good support to take price upwards. Okay, so that was structurally the idea with euro Aussie dollar. So if we zoom in, we also had this candle here, yeah, that buyers had bounced off of this zone. It is an inside candle, and by an inside candle I mean this, yeah. Its open and closed price are within the previous candle. And how we normally trade this is a break either side of this candle. Yeah. So for example, if we saw a daily candle that looks something like this, yeah, and the high of the candle had broke this high, this is a strong indication to go higher. An inside candle is like a free candlestick, continuation or reversal pattern. Okay, so yeah, but we saw this bullish reaction, so we were just trying to take longs back up to these last daily highs here. All right, so that was the idea. If we drop down to the H1 chart now, guys, yeah, and for me, yeah, I didn't have a trade on this pair. Okay, so yeah, once price, so price was clearly in. This is an interesting chart, guys. So let's analyze this. Yeah, so for me, remember, I'm looking for longs, and I love to be with H1 structure. Okay, so when price starts doing this, yeah, I like it. Yeah, we're with H1 structure. The only problem is, yeah, we're hitting this high here. Okay, and then so when price hits this high, I haven't had an opportunity to get into this trade yet, and then we start seeing this bearish reaction. Okay, arguably this candle has closed below this low, but H1 structure, yeah, hadn't really made itself clear if it was breaking down. Okay, and then we get a little bit of a reaction and then a breakdown further before it comes all the way back up to our highs. Okay, so just that H1 structure is scruffy. Yeah, it's not clean and clear and easy to read. All right, so remember, guys, I'm not trading till around, you know, this area here, this time frame here, but when the London and Europe open. So what I was willing to do, guys, is as price came down, this sort of low here was holding, yeah, because we had this candle here, okay, and it held, yeah, and even though we had this red candle here, this low here held. Okay, because H1 structure was scruffy, I then said to myself, I'm going to add another layer of confluence. Okay, if you're not sure, try to add confluence if you can. All right, so I said to myself, because of this scruffy action, but this low is holding, I need to see a M15 structure break for me to start buying this pair. Okay, so if we drop down to the M15 now, guys, yeah, and this was that H1 where it hit the highs up here, but this is the M15 chart now, and then price came down and it was scruffy. Yeah, we thought it was going to break these lows on the H1, but it closed back in. Okay, and then as you can see, yeah, the M15 chart is in a downtrend. Okay, so it wasn't until we get a break of this level that I would have been interested. Yeah, and eventually we do get a break with this candle here. Okay, so you can see that M15 structure has changed. Yeah, was in a downtrend. Okay, but then once this area here breaks, yeah, we're now in an uptrend. Okay, so I was looking for this for confirmation, but I still didn't get in this trade. Yeah, like I say, guys, I'll be super transparent. Yeah, so I could have entered here. Okay, yeah, on the close of this candle that broke these highs. Okay, but for me, I would have to, you know, potentially put my stop down here. You could have a more aggressive stop and put it below this M15 swing low here, because this is a swing low. Yeah, this area here is a swing low, so you could have put your stop here, but for me there still wasn't enough reward up to these last highs, which were proving a very strong level. Okay, so yeah, you could have done this, drop down to the M15 chart for confluence. The H1 was scruffy. I didn't have enough room on this time frame. I just stayed out of this pair, guys. Okay, so Euro Aussie dollar, I didn't have a trade. Okay, and then the final pair from yesterday was this. It was the Aussie dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, and we were looking to short this pair. So price was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, came back up, tested these highs. Yeah. Okay, but these last highs here for me have held because of price closes back in to all of these large wicks. Even though we have this candle here, it still closes within these wicks here. Okay, so yeah, this last high was holding. Okay, and if I zoom in, yeah, we'd had some, you know, a bearish reaction here and even a wick here, yeah, to take price lower, guys. Okay, as you can see, price had other ideas and we had quite a bullish candle. But this one, guys, was quite easy. Yeah, we dropped down to the H1 chart. It was just a no trade. Yeah, if you remember what I was looking for my criteria was simply this. Where's my, yeah, here we go. Was this box of indecision, guys. Yeah, and all I wanted to see was a reaction down out of this box of indecision. Yeah, look at this box of indecision. It's just doesn't know where to go. So I was just waiting for a reaction downwards, and then we could take this trade, but we didn't get it. And instead, guys, look how powerful a box of indecision is. Yeah, you know, I see them all the time. Once we get this bullish reaction out, obviously we wasn't looking for longs, we were looking for a bearish reaction. But once we get a reaction either way out of these boxes of indecision, look how powerful they become. Yeah, so we've had a H1 structure break. Yeah, price was, yeah, coming down, then it just ranged. Okay, and then bang, we get this bullish candlestick reaction out of the box, and then H1 structure just follows that. Yeah, back up to these highs and some. Okay, so a box of indecision with H1 structure, you can see how powerful a setup that is. Okay, as it happens, we were looking for this, so we didn't have a trade, guys. All right, guys, so that was the recap from yesterday. Tricky day. Yeah, like I say, guys, only had the one trade on pound US dollar, and it was a losing trade, guys. All right, but don't worry, you will have losing trades. Welcome to trading. Let's take a look at the day's trades now. So, guys, yeah, a tricky day yesterday. Yeah, had a losing trade on pound US dollar, but we will have days like this. But if you enjoyed the recap still, guys, and learned something from it, then please subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Yeah, help support the channel. Thank you very much. Right, today is Tuesday, the 1st of November, guys. And before we get started with the trade ideas, a few announcements to make. So, as you know by now, guys, we now have partnered with a brokerage company, and that company is Equiti. So, if you're interested in opening up an account with Equiti, the reasons to do this are as follows. You can have excellent execution speeds, tight spreads, low commissions, and a great support network. And you can even open up the premium account with not as much equity as you would think. So, guys, if you're interested in that, please email us. All the information is in the video description. Also, guys, we've got our Discord channel. Please come and join that. It's growing every day. We've got lots of great traders in there sharing ideas. So yeah, and there's lots of like books to learn from about trading now as well. So yeah, it's really growing, a really good channel, guys. So come join that. The link is in the comments below this video. We've got our live stream tomorrow, guys. Live stream, woohoo! 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys. Get your questions ready. Come join me for the live stream. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I won't actually see you, but you know what I mean. And then also, guys, we've got our mentorship program now. So if you're interested in being mentored with myself one-on-one, then please email us as well. All this information is in the video description. Right, enough of that. Trade ideas. So Tuesday, the 1st of November. Before we look, I've got two trade ideas for today. I found the markets quite tricky after yesterday. But I want to look at the dollar. Yeah, because I know a lot of traders in the Discord channel trade the dollar. A few of you are looking at Aussie dollar, US dollar. In fact, let's bring down Aussie dollar, US dollar. I know some of you were looking at that. So let's move that in there. But yeah, we're going to look at the dollar first, guys. These are not trade ideas, but the dollar pairs are at interesting levels. But I don't like the candles. Anyway, let's start with US dollar index, guys. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, we've had these two grey zones mapped out for some time now, and price is just currently ranging. Yeah, and we had quite a bullish dollar candle yesterday, guys. So price could, come back up to these highs again. Okay, so that's the dollar index, guys. Yeah, if there's a bit of indecision, will the dollar go higher? Will it go lower? Yeah, then if we're not sure, we may just see a ranging market. Okay, now how does that work on the major US dollar cross pairs? Well, let's have a look, because they are at interesting levels for me. So first of all, this is euro US dollar. It's in an uptrend. Okay, clearly in an uptrend. Okay, and then it's come back down, and it's at an interesting level. Yeah, these last lows here. Okay, let me just make that clearer. So yeah, these highs here, guys. Yeah, it's come back down and testing these. It could come back down a little lower and test a triangle, but these are at interesting levels to come higher for me. Yeah. But I don't like the daily candle. So it's not a trade idea for today because sellers are still in control. But I'm just explaining to you at this level, it'll be interesting to see how price reacts. Okay, so I think this could be a real important day for the dollar. If we look across a few different currency pairs, again, we were trying to trade this yesterday, guys. But again, I don't like to buy this candle, but the structure is in an uptrend. Okay, so across all the US dollar pairs, I'm seeing price at an interesting level like this to come higher, but I don't like this candle, to start taking price higher. So again, this is a really interesting level on pound US dollar. Next one, if you look at any of them, guys, US dollar Swiss franc, this grey zone represents these highs historically, and also these highs here. So price, as you can see, has come up to this level. But again, we've got quite a bullish candle coming into this level. So again, today will be interesting to see if price starts doing this at this level. Yeah, potentially, if we start seeing a H1 structure, breakdown, then we could potentially trade some of these pairs, guys. I will be keeping an eye out for that. If I start seeing, a breakdown here on the US dollar Swiss franc, for example, I think shorts are very potential good trades. Let's look at another one. I know a lot of you were looking at the Aussie dollar against the US dollar yesterday. This is one that is still in a downtrend, because these highs haven't been broken. So well done, people in Discord. It makes sense out of all the US dollar pairs to short this one because it's still in a downward structure. The problem I'm seeing now, guys, is this zone here, this grey zone that I've highlighted. So I think some of you might have been selling into this. We'll see what happens today, but this grey zone is clearer on the H4 chart. As you can see, it's just been a really good level. Here, and now potentially here. It's just been a really good level for price to react with this pair. Okay, so again, at an interesting level on US dollar pairs. We'll look at one more, New Zealand US dollar. So this was the important level, because structure is in an uptrend. These were the last highs. So when price comes back down and tests this level, yeah, we could see a push upwards. Again, yeah, I don't like the candles. So this is what we're seeing, guys. We're seeing all the US dollar pairs at very interesting levels, but I don't like the candles leading up to that level to take the trade. But if I start seeing a bit of H1 structure break down or break up in an uptrend, then these US dollar pairs are still considerations for me today. I still may trade them. All right, guys. So I just wanted to show you all of that, yeah, what's happening on the US dollar, because I know a lot of you trade it. But now I've got two trade ideas for today, guys, for Tuesday, the 1st of November. Okay, and the first one is this, is the pound against the New Zealand dollar. And as I've been prattling on for weeks, well, not weeks, but days about, is this head and shoulders pattern that I'm seeing. Yeah, we were in an uptrend. We still are in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. The lows held. We haven't had a higher high, and instead we've had price breaking down. Okay, so this is a shoulder, this is a head, and this is a shoulder. I'm not seeing these patterns in my sleep every day, just this one. All right. And so we're seeing this pattern, and potentially, yeah, we have a breakdown, and whatever distance this is, it can go the same distance. That's generally the idea of a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. So, but just to support this idea, yeah, if I zoom in, guys, we had this very bearish candle form yesterday, and it broke the low of these candles here. So for me, guys, at the very least, we've got to move down to these last daily lows here. Okay, so for those reasons, pound New Zealand, we're looking to short this pair. If we go down to the H1 chart now, yeah, we don't have a lot of room to move into, although on the pound New Zealand, not a lot of room, is about 3 million pips. But yeah, we've still got a good 50 odd pips as we currently speak. But obviously, guys, we need to get a bit of value. So what I want to see on the H1 chart is a retrace into this grey zone. Could be this low, could be this low, could be even the moving average 20, but in this zone somewhere. Could be this psychological level 9,750. These are all the things I'm looking for. Okay, and then what I want to see is a bearish reaction. We can then take price back down to the last H1 lows, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. You could do this, guys. You could close a further 10% here, and then let another 10% run if we think that head and shoulders pattern might break the lows. Okay. If that doesn't happen, guys, price could retrace up to this grey zone, which has obviously been a very important area for this H1 chart. But I don't expect it to retrace up to here. But if it does, yeah, bearish reaction, get into the trade, take price lower. I'd probably close 80% here and then leave 20% to run. Okay, guys, the next trade idea for today is this. It is the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. So I'm obviously seeing some New Zealand strength. And let's start with a weekly chart here, guys. So if we start on the weekly chart, yeah, what we were seeing was a bounce off of this, yeah, these last weekly lows here. We've had a real big bounce off of these levels. Okay, and all I'm saying is, guys, we have a little bit more room to move into. Yeah, the weekly chart is in a downtrend. If we go to the day chart, guys, yeah, it was sort of this zone here. Yeah, but all of these wicks were still holding on to this pair. None of them give me confidence to trade. Okay, but yesterday's candle did. Yeah, once we got this candle, yeah, that broke the highs of these wicks, yeah, and it's sort of broken out of this interesting area here. I still think we have some room up to this psychological level of 5,900. Okay, and we had a bullish candle here from yesterday. Okay, if I show you the blue line, if I zoom out a little bit, yeah, so it's got room to move up to before it finds this resistance here. Okay, guys, so New Zealand Swiss franc long. Let's go down to the H1 chart now, where, yeah, we've just got the one grey zone, guys. And we've just got the one grey zone. It's reasonably large, but I just wanted to incorporate this high, this low, this low, this high. Okay, so what we want to see is price come back down into this grey zone. We see a bullish reaction. Yeah, it could be a bullish candlestick pattern, just a candle that tells us buyers are in control. We enter the trade, take it back up to this level, close 80%. That's how I roll. That's how I trade, and then leave 20% to run. Okay, guys. So yeah, New Zealand Swiss franc, we're looking to long this pair. All right, guys. So yeah, they're the only two trade ideas for today. But like I say, market's a little bit tricky. But yeah, let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis, I hope you are, then please come join us, yeah? Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button. Gracias. Right, guys, news for Tuesday, the 1st of November. So some big news overnight, guys. We had the Aussie dollar interest rate decision. So that was as expected. Okay, so we haven't seen a massive reaction on the Aussie dollar. So yeah, but important news. We also had some news coming out of China, which was a little bit better than expected, but still under that important 50 area. But that's been and gone, guys. All right, the first piece of news that we're interested in today is this. At 9:30 London GMT, we've got manufacturing PMI coming out of the UK. Okay, so that could move any any pound pair that we may be looking at today. We carry on down, guys. At 2 o'clock, we've got two pieces of important news coming out of the US, guys. Yeah, 2 3-star ratings. We've got manufacturing PMI and some employment data as well. So, guys, 2 3-star ratings at the same time could really move the US dollar. If we carry on down, guys, and if you're still trading at this point, we got a slew of data coming out of the New Zealand dollar, guys. At 9:45 London GMT, we got the employment change coming out of New Zealand, and then a quarter of an hour later at 10 o'clock, we've got the Royal Bank of New Zealand Governor Orr speaking. And there's a press conference as well, guys. So yeah, this could really move the New Zealand dollar around this time, guys. Okay, that's the news finished, guys. That's the vid finished. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow.